Today we will be talking about mandated reporting and the different types of child abuse. A little background information for you is Colorado is a state supervised, county administered human services system, which includes 64 counties. Otero County population is 18,703 residents, to include 6 different towns of La Junta, Swink, Rocky Ford, Manzanola, Valor, and Cheraw. The vision, mission, and values of our program are: Otero's children and youth have the opportunity to thrive in safe, nurturing, and stable families within their communities. The mission: the Otero Child Welfare System, in partnership with families and communities, will protect children and youth by striving to achieve their safety, permanency, and well-being. Our values are children and youth safety, child-centered, family-focused, collaborative partnership, cultural responsiveness, competence, and good communication. We as caseworkers promise to advocate for families and children, treat clients with respect, listen to clients' concerns, take information accurately, communicate openly and honestly to all, provide services to the best of our ability, respond in a timely manner, stay current in our knowledge of best practice to provide the best services, engage to the best of our ability, hold in confidence personal information, value our clients. Child abuse and neglect. Abuse or child abuse or neglect means an act or omission in one of the following categories that threatens the health or welfare of a child: physical abuse, sexual abuse, neglect, emotional abuse, child is found or resides where a controlled substance is manufactured, child tests positive at birth for controlled substance. Here's some statistics regarding child abuse. The age of offenders. 3.5% of offenders are under 18. 18.1% are 18 to 24 years old. 40.6% are 25 to 34 years old. 23.6% are 35 to 44 years old. 11.5% are 45 years and older. Who commits abuse in Colorado? Males, 49.6%, and females is 50%. The relationship to the victim, 91.6% are parents, siblings, babysitter, and relatives, 8.4%. And the age of victims is 5 years and under, 4.719. 6 to 12 years old is 3.783. And 13 to 17-year-olds are 1.609. Children are in need of protection. Children whose physical, mental, or emotional well-being has been threatened or harmed due to abuse or neglect. Children who are subjected to circumstances in which there is a reasonable likelihood that they are at risk or harmed due to abuse or neglect by their parents or caretakers, which shall include children who are alleged to be responsible for the abuse or neglect and are under the age of 10. We're going to talk about interfamilial, institutional, and third-party abuse. What is interfamilial abuse? A case of child abuse or neglect that occurs within a family context. Institutional abuse, a case of child abuse or neglect that occurs in a public or private facility that provides care to children out of the home. Third-party abuse is a case in which a child is subjected to abuse or neglect by any person who is not within the family context. We're going to talk about mandated reporting. What can I do? What happens during and after I reach out for help? The mandating reporting laws say that they will impose special obligation and responsibilities on a wide range of professionals and occupations to report child abuse and neglect. All states have statutes that identify persons who are required to report child maltreatment under specific circumstances. In Colorado statute, Colorado Code 19-3-4, over 20 different types of professionals and occupations are named. Here you see some of those occupations: physician or surgeon, child health associate, medical examiner or coroner, dentist or dental hygienist, osteopath, optometrist, chiropractor, podiatrist, registered nurse or licensed practical nurse, hospital personnel engaged in admission, care of treatment or patients, victims advocate, licensed professional counselors, Christian Science practitioner, public or private school official or employee, school worker, mental health professional, psychologist, physical therapist, veterinarian, peace officer, pharmacist, commercial film processor, firefighter, licensed marriage and family therapist, registered psychotherapist, clergy member. The reasoning for these laws are many professionals develop trusting relationships with children and families and are likely to learn personal information from children through this relationship. They want to protect children from child abuse and neglect by mandating professionals to report alleged incidents. They want to ensure reports are given immediate attention and consistent response from law enforcement and child protection entities. The expectations of mandated reporters is person with reasonable cause to know or suspect a child has been subjected to abuse or neglect, or person who has observed a child being subjected to abuse or neglect. They should immediately, upon receiving such information, make a report to the County Department of Human Services or law enforcement. Below are cited some of the numbers that you can contact to make your report. During business hours, Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 p.m., you will call 719-383-3136. Otero County Department of Human Services hotline, 1-844-CO-4-KIDS. This is a hotline, and it's open from 5 p.m. to 8 a.m., Monday through Friday, 24 hours weekends and holidays. Other departments that could be called, the resource or the website is www.cdhs.state.co.us. And of course, you could call law enforcement at 911. Mandated reporters do not need to report if they learn of child abuse or neglect after the victim turns 18 years of age, and they do not have reasonable cause to know or suspect that the alleged perpetrator has subjected other children under 18 years of age to abuse or neglect, or is currently in a position of trust with regard to any other children under 18 years of age. What are the liabilities and penalties? Liability as a reporter. Any person acting in good faith and making a report is immune from civil or criminal liability. Reporting parties are kept confidential when reported to Human/Social Services Agency, not by law enforcement. So, if we as educators make that call, they will not give our information out. We are kept confidential. Penalties for failure to report. It is unlawful to knowingly make a false report or willingly fail to report when required to do so. Penalties can include civil liability for damages and criminal, a class 3 misdemeanor. So when do we make a report? We make a report immediately upon receiving information, including but not limited to injuries are noticed on a child makes an allegation of child abuse or neglect to you, signs of neglect or suspicious behaviors are observed, witness or hear child abuse or neglect, or if someone reports child abuse or neglect to you. How do you want to respond? You want to listen to what the child tells you. You want to observe behaviors or interactions of the child and or family. Believe the child and avoid questioning the child. We are not investigators as mandated reporters. Stay calm. Thank the child for sharing. Then you will complete CDS's employer documentation, and CDS will make the report. The information that you will share while reporting is the reporter's name, contact information and occupation, the name, address, age, and gender of children, the name, address of persons alleged responsible for suspected abuse or neglect, if known, family composition, if known, the description of child's injuries or nature of concern, identifying information, for example, possible witness, where to locate the family, presently, any history with the family, action taken by reporting source, if any, other information that might be helpful, what resources does the family have, and what strengths does the family have. When you report, CDS asks that you report immediately to your center manager and family liaison/advocate. You find coverage immediately. You do not wait until the end of the day to report child abuse allegations. You immediately stop what you're doing and you report to your center manager and family liaison. They will then contact the Family and Community Partnership Manager, who will, with the team, make an educated decision based on the information given, and then give direction as to whether we report this to the Department of Human Services or not. You will fill out the mandated form for Head Start, and that will be submitted to the Director of Head Start. You have 3 working days to submit this information to Otero Junior College Child Development Services Director. Once a report is made, it goes to what is called a red team board. On this slide, you can see they discuss the date and the time that the meeting is held, the date of the referral, the family name, and the mandated reporter. They talk about the danger of the harm. The whole form is called a geneogram. So they talk about the danger of the harm, cultural consideration, complicating or risk factors. Is there a gray area? The safety, child vulnerability, strengths / protective factors, agency and court history, and what are the next steps? The deposition. The red team will review, evaluate, and direct. They'll provide structure and process for the review of the referrals, evaluation of available information, direction regarding agency response. They'll address the following. Does the reported information meet the threshold for intervention? What response time should the assigned caseworker see the child within? They will also provide the framework, a method of organizing information and analyzing incoming information regarding the family, including past Department of Human Services and criminal involvement. A facilitator guides the process of gathering and sorting, reaching clear statements of concern regarding the children. Group process for decision making using an applied framework that starts us in the direction of a balanced assessment. Information is mapped out on a whiteboard in the required framework that includes a geneogram. Reports are not requiring immediate response are reviewed by Red Team daily. Supervisors and caseworkers review, evaluate, and direct. What is the alleged maltreatment? Does the alleged maltreatment meet criteria or abuse or neglect? What kind of response time is needed? Based on concerns, what is the most appropriate type of response? The following occurs. Are they screened out? It does not meet the complaint does not meet the criteria, information, and referral. Or immediate or same day response. Or end of third calendar day. Or will it take place within 5 working days? For all of those, one could be high risk assessment and meets criteria eligible. For within 5 working days, family assessment meets criteria and eligible. If you have any questions, please feel free to call Tracy Lucero at 719-384-3105. Thank you.